Welcome, my friends. Buck here. Another Saturday night bait shop. Tonight, we'll be talking a lot about Ghent-Terneuzen Canal. That's where we're headed tonight, fishing with Buck. We're going to go over to that canal and we're going to do some fishing. It's the next one in line. We're going to go no matter what. But we got a lot more to talk about. We have some news this week. Last week, we had our let me see here. I had to get my buttons right. We had our dev diary drop, giving us our new location, Maldives. This week, another dev diary drop. Our fish. Now we got some fish. So, let's go over there. Take a look. You have that up? No, not yet, huh? Need steam up. There we are. And do that. And let's bring it up. That'll work. All right, let's have a look at it. There it is apart. There's a lot of stuff in here, but I got some cool stuff out of it. I don't know, kind of subtle right off the bat. That being the opening picture, right? So we got ourselves some more billfish, which is lovely. I'm checking out the rod, folks. I'm checking out the rod. That's a surf rod. So definitely new gear coming, and that's what they're telling us. It's in the next dev diary, so hopefully next week we'll have our gear. And there's a lot of they're talking about. It's going to be 28 feet fish species in this one. That's up there. That's the most. Completely 14 new ones. Now we're going to bring a lot from Japan, so they're bringing a lot over from Japan. The greater amberjack, the great giant trevally, narrow barred mackerel, striped marlins coming over, and what did I say there? The giant grouper, ruby snapper, mahi-mahi, striped bonita, and the green jobfish. Now let's take a look at the new additions, though. Billfish, the swordfish, guys. Sweet, pretty sweet. 1,300 pounds on this bad boy, 1,600 kilos. That's going to definitely require some gear. I mean, we're catching stuff not even half of that. Right now, where we're at, 400 pounds, 450, something like that in Japan. So these fish are tripling. It's, it's going to be pretty cool. And we're getting all four of this guy. The swordfish, young to uni. That's pretty cool. This one common to trophy on the sailfish. Now I hope that they've added. I mean, right now we latch onto these things. They just go deep. You don't see nothing. If you want to catch them, you can't even look at them. Because if you start looking to try to see this fish in the water, you're going to lose it. You got to keep your rod and everything turned. You know how it is fishing in Japan. Now, this guy breaks water big time. I mean, he goes airborne. He breaches constantly during a fight. Let's hope we get something close to that. I doubt it, but hey, it would be nice for this thing to come up and tail dance. And why not spit the hook while he's at it? That's what happens. Let him come up and shake his head and let me lose him that way so I can get mad and throw my mouse down on the floor. All right, black marlin. Gotta love this. Black marlin. I guess this is going to be the big boy. 1,653 pounds, 750 kilo. That's what I'm seeing. All right, now we got some. So that's all the billfish. I mean, that pretty much covers all the billfish. When you add the marlins in there, or striped marlin in there. Oh, what they don't have yet is the blue marlin. Yeah. Maybe that's they're saving that one for another waterway. All right. Great barracuda. That's kind of cool. 110-pound fish here. That's pretty sweet. These guys are so fast. I mean, I've seen them come up to me when I'm 40 feet down scuba diving, and they're there 1 second, and just with a twitch of the tail, I mean, they're gone. They're just gone. Wahoo, this is sweet. Gotta love this guy here. Common trophy in uni we're getting here. King mackerels. Good fighting fish. Right there. And we're getting a uni of him too, so that's pretty sweet. Now, 2-spot red snapper. All right, guys, I'm still looking. Unless you're confusing them eyeballs with spots. Now, I don't know this fish, so that's why I'm picking on it. 2-spot red snapper. I don't see no spots, but okay. We'll be all right with that. 33-pound fish right there. That's right around that green job fish range in there. So this one's kind of cool. The yellow striped scad. They're not giving us a weight on him. I can't imagine him being very, but he does go deep. Yeah, 70 meters. Now this one here, God love this. They stole this fish right out of Sea of Thieves. The gorgeous swallowtail. You gotta love that. That belongs in the Sea of Thieves. Another deep guy though. Deep reefs between 260 and 721. Guys, you got to read up on these because this all gets posted in the game. I mean, if you're not a Steam guy, and you don't have access to Steam, can't look and read this stuff. Do your homework on this. Read, because it tells you all through here where they gather in large groups near seabeds over soft sandy bottoms. Despite their size, yellow striped scad are efficient predators. Surprisingly large mouths. So just by reading that, you kind of know where to go hunt them. Large mouth. You want a bigger hook for this guy. You can learn a lot. All right. I suggest anytime you can get your hands on your prey, learn everything you can about it. Everything you can. Now these guys here, these guys remain active around the clock. So that's good. They often share habits with the ruby snapper and groupers because they're down there deep is where you're going to get these guys. Man, all that time to wait to get her down there. Oh, that's ocean fishing, though. Now, we got the sleek unicorn fish. He's kind of cool looking. 39 to 114 feet for him. All right, they aren't giving us any weights on this guy. Looks like kind of tiny mouth on there. Kind of like a big fish with a little mouth. Something look like we're going after tonight. The thick-lipped gray mullet. You know, these fish are heavy, but yet they got little tiny mouths. Preferred hooks like a number 2. All right, the giant sweet lips. Oh, they named one after Buck. All right, pretty sweet there, huh? How big's he get? Nocturnal bottom feeder. All right. During the day, it retreats into deeper reef zones, emerging at night to feed. All righty, so it looks like we're not going to find any of them in the day. All right, the spot fin flying fish. Again, I ain't seen any spots other than eyeballs, but I wonder if hopefully we'll have these guys flying up out of the water and going when we're tooling around in our new catamaran. Oh, by the way, they've had this catamaran, this new boat designed for a long time. It's parked right next to where your boat gets parked in Japan. That catamaran, that's been there for a year. They've had this boat designed for a year. It's sitting right next to you. All right, the sickle pomfret. I have to ask Coach about this one here. I don't think I have to do a little more homework on him. The fish is a group hunting on the floor. Looks like that. Looks kind of like a permit, doesn't he? From down in Blue Crab. Looks just like a permit. Fast, must be fast as hell with a tail like that. All right, feeding on small fish, squid, crustaceans, and tunicates. All right. It's also a favorite meal for big-eye tuna and swordfish. Well, why don't you let us cut them up then, Fishing Planet? What happened to our cut bait that we were going to get? Andre, that was something you wanted to really get in the game. Guess you're catching flack over that one. All right, blacktip reef shark is next up. Wondering why they didn't. There's a lot of sharks over there in that neck of the woods. We only got one, but they're planning something special with this, I guess, by the looks of it here. We saved the blacktip for last, and for good reason. Blah, blah, blah. Many players are known. Comic iconic sharks. There's lots of them. There's a special surprise waiting for those who take on the Catamaran Color Challenge. Color customization missions. We won't spoil it, but let's just say, if you're a fan of really big sharks, you're going to love what we've prepared for you. All right, so I guess we're going to have to do probably some kind of monster mission involved in getting your colors for your catamaran so you get your special paint jobs, and it probably involves a big shark. But anyway, that's what we've got. That's the latest Dev Diary. Kind of cool. I've been waiting on that. So now we got our prey. Hopefully next week we'll get our weapons. We can start planning our attack at this point. So there you have it. All right, Buck, we can get rid of the steam now. We don't need steam. All right, let's talk what we're talking about. Okay, we need to get that up. All right, now we got Fishing Planet back up. That looks pretty good. Okay, well, we're going to Ghent-Terneuzen Canal. The Ghent-Terneuzen Canal. And there are, at the level 12 waterway, it costs you for travel and license, 4,000, 1.5, 5.5, so 5,500 bucks to get over there. All right, that's where we're headed. Not much to get there, so no excuse for everybody not to show up. Micah, hi, Buck. That's the new fish. Yeah, buddy. All right, so the fish over here, we've got common bream. Now you want to fish for these guys, number 12 to a number 4. Okay, common roach, again, 12 to 4. European eel we have over there. Okay, that's a number 4 to 3-aught. You want to hunt him with that. We got the European flounder. Now he's another one that's got a little tiny mouth. All right, so 6 to 2 with this guy. Anywhere up in there. You can even go number 1-aught. I think I just landed one today. Where did I land that guy? Let me look real fast. I'm pretty sure that was a 1-aught hook. Oh no, number 1. Got him on a number 1. That's what I have butted up on my Nero. But we'll go over there and talk about our weapons a little bit later. Okay, European perch is there. Now, they say 1 to 4-aught. The European perch runs bigger than the yellow perch now. So you want to, I think I'd go. But you catch a lot of the smaller ones there. So again, 1-aught. I would say 1-aught for this waterway. We got eyed over there, 4 to 2-aught for that guy. Northern pike, little northern pike over there on this waterway though. And I just can't understand it. You may say, and I forgot to talk about it. Fuck, what's up with all the fancy colors with the lower third down there? Well, Fishing Planet did the Netherlands so bad, I think, with this waterway. I mean, there were so many good waterways in the Netherlands that you could fit. They could have picked the Wall, the Lek, the IJssel, the Volkerock. I mean, all these waterways over there in the Netherlands are known for monster pike. Monster pike. But I guess we had to say, well, see, St. Croix was even after the fact. This was one, they should have gone, I don't know. They gave us some urban canal, industrial canal, I don't know, with a barge and that runs in a ship that runs up and down. Oh well, what are you going to do? So my colors were to try to bring a little bit of the tulips to life. Something. They don't even have a sunny day. If you look at the weather forecast on this map, sunny does not exist. It's not an option in this map. The sun does not shine on this water. You have what I call partly sunny. Sun breaks the clouds a little bit. You have that day. You have a cloudy day, and you have a rainy day. That's it here. So it's cloudy, more clouds, or rain. Kind of depressing, don't you think? Anyway, let's get back to our fish. Northern pike, 1-aught to 8-aught, not on this waterway. Biggest pike on this waterway is 4.4 pounds. All right. Round goby, number 14 to a number 9. I don't have a 9 hook, do you? Thick lip gray mullet, 6 to 2. That's what you want for this guy. The Xander we got in there, 2-aught, 4-aught. Nice Xander in here. That's kind of. The pike run 4.4. The thick lip, 7.5 pounds. Your uni Xander's 12.5 pounds. Flounder, 6.5. And the uni eel is 12.9. So he's actually the biggest. Him and the Xander. You're talking 13-pound fish. That's it here. All right. So, and it's also the home of the eel cannibal. I think the eel cannibal actually is. I think he goes 15 pounds, but that is the biggest fish there. Now, as far as your baits go, folks, where's the bait at? There it is. Buckets nicely, easily for you to find. Must have baits on this water. And, the local bait shop's not too shabby over there. They got your crickets, your grasshoppers, red worms, and night crawlers. Most of your basic baits that you need for this fish, they do have. So the bait shop's not too. Now, one thing they don't sell that you're going to want to bring, especially if you're going after these sanders, are leeches. I like leeches. They hit on leeches really good, but they don't sell them in the bait shop. So make sure you got them with you when you go. All right. So our bait: small minnows, shrimp. Shrimp's a big one here on this waterway. Your medium cut night crawlers, bloodworms, crawfish cut, castor maggots, red worms, mayflies, crawfish, large cut, sweet peas, if you want to bring them along. Centipedes work too, bread, of course your grasshoppers, pinkies, and maggots. But the big ones are your leeches, your small minnows, your red worms. Those are your must-have baits. You want to have those. And shrimp. Left out the shrimp. Definitely want to have those. All right. And as far as lures go, narrow spoons and worms. Really, medium spoon is probably the number one lure, and it is the number one lure here that they have listed. However, I don't agree with the one they use, but I mean that's what people are using. That's who recorded it. But it's it's the rainbow, that rainbow halo medium spoon. It's half ounce, 14 gram, 3/0. That one's killing it. I mean, that's the most recorded catches on this water that people have recorded. And your second one in line is a 4-inch acid green worm. That's good for. I mean, so that tells you that a lot of people are just fishing for the zander when they come here. That's what that tells me. And then your third, fourth, and fifth hottest lures they're all the narrow spoon. It's either that 1/4 ounce 1/0 silver, and then you have the half ounce 14 gram, that red halo, that's a 2/0, and then the next one's a 3/0. And that's the 3/4 ounce 21 gram. You can get that at level 17. Yeah, the red halo is available at level 14, and your silver is 5, I think, level 5 for that silver one. And basically, those are your hot lures. Like I was talking about earlier, there's no sunny days here. So on a partly cloudy day, you got 2 peaks. You got it at 6 o'clock and 1900. That's 7 o'clock in the afternoon. And on the cloudy days, it's 7 in the morning. Now, on the cloudy days, probably our best day to fish here. Cloudy day gives you like four decent sized peaks, stretched across the day because it's one of those double rolling peak days there. So you're getting peaks at 7, 9, 1600, and 1900, which would be 4 and 7 o'clock in the afternoon. Now your rainy days is kind of, you get that long peak that starts at 11 o'clock and it kind of goes up and then staggers a little bit and drops back down. So right there, right around noon, you're 11:30 to 1:30. That's about the time you want to fish during that rain. And then there's one more peak in the rain at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's kind of your day there. The clear night, that they do have a clear night, that gives you 2 decent peaks. You get like a long peak from like 9 to 11, and then it dips off, and then you get a little higher shot there right at the end, I think at 2 or 3 in the morning, something like that, if you fish the nights. But this kind of requires that you fish. I mean, if you want to put any type of fish in there, make any type of money at all to cover your expenses coming here, you got to fish around the clock because you just ain't going to catch the fish. All right. Lures, we went over that. All right. That looks pretty good. Okay, it's time. Let's go look at my gear. See what I'm taking over there, Buck. Give it time to load. There it is. Now, tonight, I'm fishing on Steam account tonight. I'm all tied up. I'm getting ready. I'm getting prepped. So I've got my Xbox account over in Japan, and it's all loaded up with saltwater gear. It just takes too long to come home, throw all this stuff in there for tonight, and then throw it all back and put all that saltwater gear. It's just too much stuff. Hundreds of pieces of equipment I gotta move. So that ain't happening. So we're fishing on Steam tonight, and got my Steam account. We can get over there. I'm level 65 so far. I don't have the luxury of having all that gear to choose from to go over there, but we're going to go with what I have, and what I have is as follows. I'm going to take my Caesar flipping stick, so I got him squared away there. This is a 10 pound setup. That's it. So we got him with some bloodworms on a number 6 hook. Take him with us. Now, taking a Nero here. 11 pound match rod. Kind of all you need. He'll handle anything. Now, this has current to it. A little more than in the Heron, as far as flow goes. But you can still, it's really a bottom rod waterway, but I don't mind. I don't mind drift fishing. It's just a little faster than there, and that's all, a little faster than mud water, of course. But, I mean, you catch stuff. Now, the thing of it is you want to make sure that you've got yourself some wagglers or sliders, definitely, for this. And while I'm talking about that real quick, I mean, you can check out, I think I put I got a link to my bobbers video down there, so you can find out all about these bobbers, these wagglers and sliders. But in a nutshell, your waggler is designed for shallow line, shallow fishing. Right? The line is actually on a waggler, it's fixed to an eyelet on the bottom, and you weight it with split shots of that nature. And so it's very hard to cast a waggler if you've got 8 feet, it stops at your waggler, at your bobber, and you got 8 feet of line hanging off there if you're fishing 8 feet deep to throw that thing. Makes it kind of tough. So they're made more for shallower fishing, so you don't have so much line hanging off of that. Now your sliders, what they do. They slide through, and you use a stop knot of that nature, and of course you can wind them up then, and you can cast these guys a lot farther. Both of them are a little heavier. They're weighted kind of the same, and they throw a long distance. You're going to want, this is a long way out. You can't get on the other side of the bank. You got to throw from one side of the bank here. So you're throwing out there as far as these sticks will throw. When you're out there trying to go after these flounder and some of now you can catch a lot of it midway across the channel, but even that is a ways out there. So you go, and also it allows you to go deep. Now, the waggler is not supposed to go deep, but in this game it does. So you can go down 200 inches. 200 depends on the size leader you have on there. So if you have the .8, which is a 9 or 10 inch leader, however, it's actually 9.84 inches. Okay, that's the .82, and the 1.64s are actually 19.68. So you want the short leaders. You want to use those when you're on lures for spinning and casting. Your long leaders you want on your bottom rods, your match rods, anything that's going to float. Now you can get down there 10 inches, 19 and 20 inches more by putting a 1.64 leader on top of your match rod. Now you can get down there, at least you can get down to 217. That gets you down 17, 18 feet at least. So, I mean, that's the max we can get in Fishing Planet is, 215 inches, which is going to get you right just shy of 18 feet. It's 17 feet, 11 inches. That's where you're going to get. When you have, now I'm not running the leader on this one. I screwed up and didn't bring 11 pound leader here. But I wasn't thinking fluorocarbon. I normally don't run a leader, but I forgot I was going to Ghent-Terneuzen where I needed the depth. So this one's only maxed out at 196. Now, if you go to, where's my match rod? Now, here's my OmniFloat. I'm bringing this little guy. I got the waggler on him, and he's down to 215. So, because I've got the 164, 1.64, that's 20 inches. So, otherwise I'd be at 205. So I'm getting 10 more inches out of by going to the long one. Okay? So I'm down as far as I can get there. So that's another one of the sticks I'm bringing. As far as jig winner on this, good enough, 13. Now I'm running in 13 pounds, 14 here, and I'm running 13-pound braid. So 13, 14, 13, and I'm running 12.7. Now, I'm running the titanium because I can't get anything close in mono or fluorocarbon. 11 pounds is all I can get out of the other two. So I'm running titanium on here just because of the strength issue. Okay, and what did we have him to? Was my Nero set up, okay, and I'm not running the leader on him because I forgot it, and I'm already here on the water, so, and I can't buy another one because they don't have it in the shop, the one I need, and I'm out of room. Okay, so number 5 here. I just brought this because it's still in my bag and I didn't throw it away. That's all. Too big of a pole here, really. 24-pounder. I probably won't even use this at all, but he's there. Now, I stuck my Laker Pro in there, so we're running the Laker Pro here. This is 13-pound setup. I got a 14-pound engine on him, the Bremer 5000. I'm running 12 pounds. So that's 13, 14, 12, and 11. 11, 12, 13, 14. That's my setup for this guy right here. This is perfect setup, bottom rod for this waterway. And the last one, I don't have the luxury of having multiple rods, so I don't have a bunch of bottom rods, lightweight bottom rod. I bought just what I needed, a lightweight one and the heavy one. So we're bringing the heavy one also. A little bit overkill here, but this is my big ollie setup that I carry here on my Steam account, right? So we're talking 19.5, 19 with the big river there. I'm running 19-pound braid on this, and I'm running 18-pound fluorocarbon. This nice strong setup, well balanced. This is why I bought it. This is all I need. This is really all you need. You don't need all the rest of the poles because you can, I'm money-minded here. I'm not buying. This is a free account, so I can go down as low as I want. So I got my max pole, very good setup, and if I want to, I can put what's on my max here as far as line weight. I can go clear down to 7-8 pound test on this setup and fish 8-pound test if I want on this setup. And it's not a problem. I don't really need to buy. Now, of course, my pole's a little strong. This makes it nice. I get better XP because I have a 13-pound pole than a 19-pound pole. But what I'm saying is you can get away with it. You don't have to buy a pole for everything. This guy will jump all the way down and bring you all the way to 20. So you're pretty good. And he's good 20 pounds. He's good up to 30-pound fish, 33-pound fish. You're all right. And by that time, boom, you're into the bottom snipers. Now you're at 33 pounds in the bottom snipers. Okay, so it's a good little stick here to have. Nice and universal. All right, Buck, what else did we want to talk about? We're almost out of time, my friend. I think that's pretty much it. We covered most of it. Did I want to talk about anything else? No. Like I said, I'm down here, so we got 1 minute left. Let's take a look. Here's the shop. So as far as the baits go, they got, like I said, all the good stuff as far as minnows, crickets, cheese. These are all usable on this waterway. But just a lot of the bait shops aren't like that. I mean, the bait shop in California is terrible. They sell everything you don't need and nothing that you do. So this bait shop's not too shabby, in my famous shabby words. So you're going to pay a little bit more, naturally. But if you're in a pinch, there you go. You're all right. Okay, folks. That'll do it for tonight's bait shop. I'll be back in 30 minutes, and we'll get started Fishkin here. I got a couple of spots that probably nobody fishes at that I'll show you guys tonight, and we'll talk about that. All righty, guys. Remember, bump that like button on the way out if you can. Buck, my team won the Sweet 16. Well, very good, Micah. Good deal. I hope you had a lot of money on them. All righty. Hey, we'll see you later. We'll be back at 8 o'clock. Never, ever give up the fight. Never hit that like button. I appreciate it. We'll see you later.